find it.
It should be okay.
It doesn't show it. Oh wait, yes it does. Yep, there it is.
Oh, it just came through. Okay.
What a freaking nightmare. Oh, I gotta get the chat up still. Holy cow. I'm a mess.
Immortal Coil says you shouldn't have played Limp Bizkit. They break stuff.
Oh man.
Oh!
Shut the fuck up.
That's a next level one.
That's hot. The high tier joke.
It is.
We're waiting on the stream to start, right? The new one?
It's
crazy,
it's
right?
live.
It's live,
this one
but
live? Okay.
I gotta fix one more thing.
Okay. Oh, we exist? Look at us. We're there.
There we go. We're just in a black space. Chrome is muted. Okay.
Story of my life, bro.
Me especially. My background blends in perfectly. It's like I have a green screen.
All right.
Free green screen.
Blair Miranda said you did it kind of. Is it just say if it's the audio or the black screen? It's the black screen's remedy fixable. We just need to know if the audio sounds good. It sounds like it's good from when I was listening. Kat says, Dylan, are you locked in a basement somewhere? I feel like Dylan's
We don't
always
have
in a
basements
basement.
here, so no.
Oh, yeah, Florida.
Okay, black screen now, audio sound. That's fine. Black screen.
Okay. Finally. Jeez.
I would, if maybe.
So John
is our basement.
Yeah, John owns cats, and I think they ruin everything. So you can blame it on John's cats.
Yeah.
I think it's cat singular. A singular cat.
I thought he had multiple cats.
It's two.
It's a singular cat who's responsible.
Oh, okay.
There are multiple.
Just one of the cats. One cat of the two cats.
Yes.
We're back. We got 16 watching again. So 20 watching. The people waited. They waited for us. So
Thank you, peoples.
yeah, we've got a dedicated fan. Fan.
You guys
base.
are fucking idiots. I would have ditched.
I know. I would have watched whatever Hassan Piker was streaming. So
Yeah. Arma 3 gameplay.
I would have watched whatever XQC was doing instead of us.
Dude.
Crash and Bleed said I should be prepping for an interview, but I'm stuck watching the Radar guys, the Radar boys.
Prepping for an interview. It's like 11 at night, bro. What are you talking about?
Immortal Coil says, thanks,
Maybe
Dylan. We love you too. And Taco Man says, we got no place to go. Nice.
All
Is
right.
that a Rancid reference?
Go to the Punk Rock Radar show.
We got no place.
Everything's good.
MXPX.
Is it MXP? Okay.
Good. All right.
We got no. It doesn't match perfectly, but I get what he's saying. Murder Hawk says I should be doing homework, and I'm here. Excellent. Fuck school. Burn people. No, burn shit. Fuck school. What's the other one? I probably shouldn't say that at the beginning of the stream. At least wait till we're a little.
You have to wait
before we
5
start.
minutes, and then you can
5
go off
minutes.
the rails. Yeah.
Then we just go off the rails. So, and Immortal Coil said John shouldn't have started the stream with the Limp Bizkit track because Limp Bizkit breaks stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Genius. That's so good.
Top tier joke from Immortal Coil. So, as you know, it's just one of those days, man. I don't want to wake up. You know.
Yeah.
I am not amused in the slightest.
You're never amused. Should have you been amused?
Should we play Limp Bizkit again since we lost it in the first? No, I'm just kidding. But should we?
Yeah,
get
I think
started?
we should only play Limp
We're
Bizkit
15
all the
minutes
time.
late already because of me. My bad.
Yeah, we can get started into this. So, real quick, I have a new method of doing the polling I just want to do real quick. I want to save the poll for the chat until the last person talks, just so it's a little bit more anticipation of what's going to happen. And then I'll also read the comments while that's happening. And once I read a couple comments, we'll go to the poll then, just so we can build up anticipation also, so we don't know which way the chat's going to go immediately and kills all the fun of the final person. You know what I mean? Is that fine? You think I should do it that way?
Say it again.
What do you guys say it again?
I love it, Elliot. You are a master of stagecraft. I think this is
Yeah.
really gonna play well with our audience. We're gonna see how it goes.
Thank you.
All right.
That's all I wanted to hear. So yeah, we're gonna save dramatic changes tonight. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the poll Once
My
the
mic was
last
muted, but I was heavily critiquing this idea for the last minute or so.
Well, you should keep that mic muted, sir.
Florida
feel like-
man disagrees with everything.
I
Yeah,
feel
if
like
you
our
don't
opinion
have-
is going to influence theirs too much, especially mine, because my opinion holds a lot of weight.
You might,
around
yeah.
here.
As soon as they hear yours, they can always switch live. You could do that, you know.
Wait, just
So-
say it again real quick.
All right. So when the last person, so when we're talking about this first matchup, let's say so you go first, I go last. I'm gonna start the poll when I start, so we don't see the poll going until the very last second. Then we get to see where the audience lands to build up some anticipation of what they might say.
I don't even pay attention to what they're doing. So
I don't know. That's
it's going to take too long.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
No, it won't because we'll just end it earlier. You got to be quicker on your feet. And also, when I'm reading the comments, the poll will still be going, and then we'll check it. How's that?
That's not a bad idea. If he
Yeah.
leaves it while he's doing the comments, that really doesn't make much of a difference.
Yeah, see, I'm a
Alright.
genius.
All right, let's
All right.
go.
We'll test it out. Let's start the first matchup here. John's going to start us off. We've got Death by Stereo. What is this one? In the Valley of Death? Is that it?
Yes, it's not something like that.
Okay, up against Converge in album. Which one of these do you like?
Yeah. So out of the Converge albums we've had so far, this is the least worst.
It's true.
It's like the least mathy one. So, I mean, I still don't like it, and I think this is probably my favorite Death by Stereo album. I think Death by Stereo is at their best when they're doing like the heavy, kind of hardcore stuff. I'm not a huge fan of like the normal vocals, but I do like when it gets heavy. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Death by Stereo. But like I said, this is the least worst Converge so far.
Okay, Lewis, what do you got to say about Death by Stereo and Converge?
No, but me? Oh, I'm in this order tonight. How about that? I'm usually
Look
in
at
the
you.
fourth spot. I know. I didn't check the screen. so
Moving up
that's
in
my
the
fault.
world.
I know, this is good. John told me I was number 2 again. So we're gonna go. I pretty much agree with everything here. I didn't like this Converge record. I've never liked Converge, but this one was not as bad as the other one we listened to. This Death by Stereo is just fine. Not my favorite, but this matchup, gonna go with the Death by Stereo. Pretty okay.
I don't give a fucking shit about either of these, so let's go with the popular consensus, Death by Stereo.
Okay. And Blair McBacken is asking, what Converge album is the saddest day on? I think it's this one, isn't it? Or is it the last one?
Pull up the track
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's Death by Stereo. Death by Stereo album is pretty damn good, and the Converge record's like whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't listen to it. I would listen to the Death by Stereo record again. I wouldn't listen to the Converge one. So, and I started up the poll here, and let's see what the audience is saying. See here. Bobby Moore says Death by Stereo. Kat says he listens to way less Limp Bizkit than me.
It's true.
Oh.
That is
Why do
true.
you always read someone just saying the band name?
I do. Because that's what they say. I like it. I like saying it. Bobby Moore says Death by Stereo.
Mick D
I like
says laughing, sweating face emoji.
You can. Immortal Coil corrects himself and says Sky. Blair McMacken says, if it's this one, I'm voting for it. Oh, okay.
So the saddest day is not on this album. It is on Petitioning the Empty Sky, which is not this one. I don't think we had the arm,
Okay.
the hand one. Yeah. So
Okay, so that was the last one. Yeah.
yeah.
Almost Punk Enough says Death by Stereo is objectively a better band name as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's better. It's better than
it's from a
Converge,
movie,
Converge is
right?
like not a bad band name though. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Bible Dumb says no hundo this time, and that's correct. There is a few Converge fans. We've got 14% Converge, 86% Death by Stereo, and so it's a sweep for Death by Stereo, and we'll move on to the next matchup, which is going to be Lewis, which will be Propagandhi Failed States up against Pulley Self-Esteem Driven Engine. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I mean, so I like that. I like this energy, Elliot. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're really feeding into me. Like I'm going to keep it rolling tonight. So
roll,
this
dude,
is,
roll.
this is one of my favorite Pulley records. I do like it quite a bit, but I'm not the largest Pulley fan, the greatest Pulley fan. I like matchup between this and Victory. Victory. This is Failed States. My fault. This changes things. Sorry, I took this one. I'm gonna still pick Failed States. This is not my favorite Propagandhi record, but I do like it more than this Pulley record. I'll be honest. I'm gonna pick Propagandhi every day. I almost just talked about Victory Lap, and it's Failed States. My God.
Is this your least favorite Propagandhi record, or no?
Ooh, it's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's a little bit down the list. I think it's pretty boring throughout. It doesn't have a lot of standout tracks on it compared to the
compared
cast and Victory Lap.
Yeah, because supporting cast is Dear Coach's Corner and Night Riders.
That one rules. My God. All right, fuck it.
Yeah,
You've convinced me. I'm going Pulley, dude. It's better than this record.
Pulley.
Yeah, there you go. It's better than this record, so we're going Pulley.
All right, Dylan, what do you got to say? Propagandhi. Who knows what Dylan's going to do? Propagandhi, Pulley.
The mystery of the century.
Yeah.
I'm always 10 out of 10 times going to vote for a Jordan Burns Pulley album over the communist dictatorship of Propagandhi. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Such a hoser.
And also, this Pulley song, She, is it better than Green Day's She? I think maybe, perhaps, potentially.
No.
It has a better guitar riff.
Sure. I don't think it's better, though. I mean, the Self-Esteem is like one of my favorite Pulley records. I think it's a fantastic record.
It's so good, you don't even know the title.
I was waiting for it.
What did I say, Self-Esteem?
Self-Esteem, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Esteem-Driven Engine. My bad.
For someone who's such a fan of plays on words, you just butchered that one.
We'll make it through. But yes, Self-Esteem. No, Esteem-Driven Engine. I always want to say Self-Esteem when I see it, though. But yeah, I mean, you got Cashed In. You got I think my favorite's like Eyes Wide Open. That's one of my favorite songs. They have a really cool bass line on it. And album per album, I would rather listen to Esteem-Driven Engine on Pulley debut record over Propagandhi Failed States. So.
Since I fucked this up so bad, Elliot, since you like Propagandhi, what do you think about I'm just going to say now Victory Lap on this one, just because I already talked about it. What would you say?
It'd be closer. It'd be closer. Okay. I really do like the Pulley record, though, and I have to think about it, because there are some hard songs. I feel like Victory Lap didn't hold up as much as I thought it did. Where I feel like Supporting Cast is my favorite out of the three.
Way better. It's way better. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enough Propagandhi love, and I devoted against them anyway. So
John, go ahead. You're up next. What do you have to say? And I'm starting to poll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chaotic energy going on here.
There is. Yeah. It's. I actually like this Propagandhi record. I think it's a little slept on. I was just looking at the tracks. Like even at the end, like Lotus Gate is a banger. But yeah, I'm always gonna take Pulley over Propagandhi. They're my top 10 favorite bands. I would say this is like a B tier Pulley record for me, but I'm still gonna take it. It's got One Shot, which is one of the first Pulley songs I ever heard too. So let's move on to Pulley Boys.
All right, the Pulley Boys are probably going to go on. The chat is 79% Pulley right now, 21% Propagandhi, but let's see what the people are saying. And Bible Dumb Podcast says, Failed States took a while for me to get into, but once it locked in, it quickly became one of my favorites. Pulley isn't close. Danzig's Cat says, Murderholic is the hot take master lately. Murderholics has always been the hot take master, Richard. So, yes, Murderholics to do a tier list of any band. It'll be a hot take. Blair McMacken says, I think I confused Failed States for Supporting Cast. You probably did. All the album covers look weirdly similar. They all look like these matte paintings. And the punk rocker says, I agree, though. Green Day has the best She. Yeah.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
Yeah, definitely.
That's insane.
Outrageous. The most insane take from Dylan. I'm kidding. There's way more insane Dylan takes. But let's end the poll. And Pulley's is 77%, Propagandhi 23%. We're moving down to Dylan, and we've got the Dwarves Come Clean up against the Locust. I want to say it's New Erections, right?
Yes.
It's New Erections, yeah.
New Erections. Honestly, killer album name, killer album cover. But is it a killer album, Dylan?
I don't know, because I didn't listen to it. I'm not going to bullshit you. We'll go with The Dwarves and Black the Ripper.
Have you heard the first Locust record, Dylan?
I haven't listened to any of this stuff.
Didn't we listen to it last time?
I didn't listen to it.
Okay. I was just gonna say if you've listened to the first one, you've basically listened to this one, it's fine. But yeah, go on.
Yeah,
I'm just here for the comedic relief. I'm not even like participating completely.
that's good to know. All right. Dylan, give it a full 60% here. But yeah, I mean, the Locust record is, it's abrasive. It's definitely different. It's unconventional. It's like modern art, but I don't really like it at all. It's pretty much unlistenable. This is maybe an improvement over the first one. It's pretty hard to tell. I think I let it go this time for like 8 tracks while driving.
Damn.
And I don't know. It just went to places I was not comfortable with, where I was just like, this is barely even music at this point, dude. I can't listen to this. The
Sucks.
Dwarves, even though I think it's like kind of a mediocre Dwarves album, it's decent. It's got Better Be Women, I guess, is kind of fun, and a few tracks on it. But I'll go Come Clean by the Dwarves on this one.
Yeah.
So we'll go to you, John.
I did slightly better than Dylan. I listened to about 15 seconds of the Locust album. Because this is my second favorite Dwarves record. It's got River City, Come Where the Flavor Is, Better Be Women, Accelerator. This is a kick-ass Dwarves record. And the Locusts are terrible. So let's move on, Dwarves.
All right, Lewis, what do you have to say about these 2 records?
I like that you brought up modern art because much like the paintings of Jackson Pollock, I think people liking the Locust is a psyop. I don't think it's a real thing. Like, I don't know. I know.
You hear that, Immortal Coil?
I think it was all propaganda to get us to try out mathcore and then just like pretend we like it. So definitely gonna pick the Dwarves. It's a way better. It's a record. This could have been my neighbor's shitty band fronted by his 14-year-old, and I probably like it better than this Locust record. So there you go.
It could have been Bad Departure. If you don't know who that are, look up Bad Departure covering Blink-182. You're in for a treat.
There you go.
But yeah, let's see what the chat is saying here. And Murderholic says, "I hate the Locust so much." Says, "I don't do insect band names." That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
I just
were you gonna say,
bested
Dylan?
John. I listened to 16 seconds of it, and I think these guys got early access pre-order of fentanyl, is what it sounds like.
Hell yeah. Fentanyl, the album. Immortal Coil says, Plague is a way better album. Sure, dude. Downward is Heavenward says, that seems dangerous. What, driving and listening to the Locust? It did. I felt insane. I felt like there was like flies, like Locust in my car, and I was like trying to swat them while driving. I felt schizophrenic. So I feel like if maybe if you're schizophrenic, you like the Locust sound normal. That might be it. And Murderholic says, what's your number 1 Dwarves? If it isn't this one, John, you'll have to wait for the tier list, Murderholic.
Invented Rock and Roll. And
All right.
Never
mind.
Kings of the World is my favorite Dwarves track. And Trailer Trash is on there. Gentleman Blag. Invented Rock and Roll is the best one.
Immortal Coil says, oh my god, come on. I drive with them on all the time. Still here. That's dangerous, dude. All right? It's reckless driving. But it's 92% for the Dwarves, 8% for the Locusts. And we'll move on to the next match. So it's the Dwarves. And we'll move on to the next matchup, which is going to be me, which is After the Party by the Menzingers up against Rancid. Let's go. My second favorite Menzingers record up against, oh, dude, I don't know. Sometimes my first, sometimes my second. Let's Go is so fucking good. So, I mean, it's going to be Let's Go for me, but it really does suck that the After the Party got set up against this so early, at least for me. I know not too many other people would take it, but After the Party is an excellent record, but Let's Go is just like such a solid, I mean, dude, like I think if you just look at like the first 8 tracks, every single one of them is like a banger on Let's Go. It's like what? Starts off with like Nihilism, you go into Salvation, Radio, it's like ridiculously stacked. So we'll go Let's Go, and we'll go to John.
How many Menzingers records are there?
Only 2.
There's only 2, like, in their whole discography?
No, there's like 7, I think.
7? All right.
I want to say.
So
How
this
is
is...
2? How we go from 2 to what?
I think
No, I
2
thought he meant
Epitaph
on the
ones,
bracket.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
So this is my favorite Rancid record, and this Menzinger record's in a 7-way tie for my least favorite Menzingers record.
You haven't
So-
listened to them all, you liar.
the joke, man.
So yeah, it's Let's Go, guys. Come on, it's the best record on this side of the bracket.
Triggered, offensive. All right, go ahead, Lewis.
I've tried to get into the Menzingers because I feel like it would be up my alley, but it just never really connected with me. Like, I thought this record was okay. I hadn't really listened to it fully before, so I thought it was fine. But I mean, like, Let's Go is a great record. So I think this Menzingers really would have had a breakthrough. I mean, I love Let's Go. So yeah, let's fucking go with that pick. So Dylan, what do you? Oh no, Dylan, what do you got to say?
It's Dylan.
The Menzingers may be the most boring band on the planet as far as I'm concerned. It's like mid-tempo alternative rock played by guys who look like they could potentially be Mormons, but I'm not entirely sure. For as much as we talk about Rancid, we don't talk about this album much, and it is very good. It is better than Life Won't Wait by far.
Yes.
I'm tired of talking about that album, so I'm not going to. And it beats the fuck out of this Menzingers album. Stop telling me this band is good, because they're not.
Yeah, they're
boring.
excellent. They're really good.
It's like you. I don't know. I don't get it. I was gonna make a food analogy. I'm not gonna do it this time though.
Yeah, Dylan loves this food.
I feel like if someone told you like you gotta try this awesome drink, man, and it's fucking water. How exciting! I love water, but
I mean,
so you love the Menzingers?
He loves the Menzingers. He's like, they're really good. You guys just hype them up a little too
Damn
much.
it.
That's all. Yeah,
the water serves a purpose, though. The Menzingers do not.
Hey, the
This guy
Menzingers
just-
serve a perfect.
Okay,
This guy just
you found a flat hole in my analogy.
I know you stood
Damn
up
it.
with food analogies instead of water, which we know you don't drink. Okay.
Oh, I love water.
Let's go to the chat here, and Connor says, "This Menzingers album is amazing. What is with you people? Everyone likes Rancid." Sure.
Yes,
I agree.
Half
What
of
is
that
with you people?
true.
Do I really? Dude,
Crash-
I'm a member of the Hydro Homies subreddit, bro. I love water.
Crash and Bleed says the first four Rancid tracks are great, and then it just repeats. Yeah, it just repeats 4 great tracks over and over until the album ends.
Wait a minute.
It's really good. The Menzingers get way too much hate on this channel. After the Party is a better album than Let's Go, and I will stand by that. It's almost punk enough.
Good for you,
Girl
bro.
says, I will give
he's
the
almost-
Menzingers
he's almost.
another chance soon. Blair McMack has said, try to get into the Menzingers a few times, but it just never worked out. The bald guy in the Menzingers smiles the whole time he sings. It's unsettling. Okay. Spab says, I love the Menzingers. Immortal Coil says, Water gives you life. Blair McMacken, have you done a Rancid tier list yet? There is one. Or has it been removed from the channel?
We'll redo it.
Okay, we'll redo it. But, alright, so it's 89% Rancid, 11% for the Menzingers. It's been nothing but sweeps here for this first round. Let's see if we can mix things up soon. But we'll move on to the next one, which is going to be John, which is going to be Left Alone, Dead American Radio, up against A Day to Remember, Bad Vibrations.
Is Murderholics? He is here, right? Yes.
Murderholics is here, and Murderholics
Alright.
is already championing Left Alone in the chat.
I mean, I honestly think both of these albums are really boring. I didn't really like either of them. Like almost evenly boring, but one is a boring record closer to the style of music I like. The other is not. The other is A Day to Remember. So let's go Left Alone. But it's yeah, I don't really like it. I don't really like either of these.
You went Left Alone?
Left Alone. Yeah, I did.
It's crazy. All right, go ahead, Lewis. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I have similar feelings to John, but Left Alone record is not as good as this God
Day to
damn, I can't
Remember.
remember the name of it. Day to Remember. I wanted to call him Speak of the Devil because I remember that song. This Day to Remember record, I mean, I didn't think it was that interesting, but it was certainly more proficient, I thought, better constructed. It was fine. Like, this Left Alone was kind of just like, it felt like your friend's band to me. Sorry if that's a little shitty, but it was okay.
All right, Dylan, what do you have to say about these two bands?
Left Alone is an okay band. They're pretty good live, actually. I don't remember who maybe Voodoo Glow Skulls they came here with a while ago. This is a pretty weak Left Alone album. I like what's that other one called? Harbor Area. Yeah, that one's better. I don't know, this album, people always get all pissy about the Rancid comparison with bands like this, but it really sounds like Tim Armstrong is like, here you go, guys, here's a bunch of shitty lyrics that weren't good enough for
really sounds
Rancid.
like discount Rancid on this one.
It sounds like we have Rancid at home.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Rancid, no, the album.
I mean, there's a few like City to City and Every Night are pretty good.
City's good.
New York City's all right, but then you have that like, what's that joke song? No, I Hate Emo is fucking dog shit.
I mean, yeah, it's a joke though.
Album
it
cover
funny?
looks like it came out of a Happy Meal.
It's a prank, bro.
Yeah, the I Hate Emo lyrics are I hate emo, they look like girls, they smell like caca. It's like the most insane song. It's
And
weird.
then it has an equally bad music video.
The music video is so bad. It low-key kind of like, I don't know. It's a little...
I never got into Day to Remember though, and I think Homesick is an okay album.
Yeah.
This
record.
one not so much. We'll go with Left Alone just for what John said. It's closer to the style of music I like.
I know, I don't know, man. I mean, look, I feel like the Left Alone record is like really is like Rancid at home. This one, I mean, like I always have a soft spot for Hellcat bands, but Left Alone was one that never stuck out to me. I mean, like they're like this album's like up there with like Time Again of being just like boring Rancid clones. And the A Day to Remember album, it's not their best record. It's a bit bland at times, but I think there's way more catchy songs in here. I mean, Paranoia is better than any song off the Left Alone album. So I don't know.
I'm with you 100%, dude.
I feel like it's way better.
I think I should like Left Alone more, but I think when I shuffled the tracks, and I think the first one came on and it had the Tim Armstrong lyrics on it. It really poisoned the well, like Tim Armstrong vocals, and I was like, "What the hell is this shit?" So, Day to Remember, I'm sticking with my pick here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a better album. I mean, it's way more interesting. But we'll see what the chat has to. I'll read what the people are saying.
Wait,
Then we'll
Ellie,
go.
is there any other Day to Remember in this bracket? Do we know?
No, this is the only one that ever got onto Epitaph.
I do like some of their records. This one just sucked, kind of.
It goes against everything I normally.
It doesn't suck. It's a bit bland, but yeah.
I normally complain about like heavier, like hardcore type stuff, but I feel like they were better. The first few records were a lot better than this one. A lot more memorable.
Definitely,
at least.
definitely.
Homesick was like when I was in high school. A Day to Remember.
I mean, Homesick,
was,
I think, was really good.
I like for those.
Was really big here when I was.
It's the really old one for those who have heart.
Yeah.
That one was one. That was
That was good. That was a good one.
I remember John got me that. John definitely didn't burn that for me. It was great though.
Let's see here. Like Snipring says, the Left Alone singer does not smile the entire show. I believe that. And Murderhawk says haters. We are hating. Murderhawk said I would have picked Lonely Starts and Broken Hearts over this record. Punk Rock Guru says Day to Remember is kind of cringe in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, Downwards Demo. Yeah. Like Zippering says, A Day to Forget is more like it. Connor707 says, not strong either way, but good vibrations for me. I had 3 songs thumbed. Yeah, I'd say there's a few. I think Paranoid is better than any song on Left Alone. It's actually a pretty good song. But let's see what they were saying. It's 71% Left Alone and 29% A Day to Remember. So the Left Alone boys, the 2 Left Alone fans win. No, I was kidding.
I made a
who
mistake.
gave rave reviews of the record.
No love for the boys from Ocala.
Yeah. Left Alone moves on. Let's see how long they last. And next up, Lewis, we've got Pennywise, Unknown Road, up against Down by Law, the last of the sharpshooters. What do you have to say?
Yeah, man. So the Pennywise record that everybody says is the most transcendental of all of the Pennywise records, the best one.
You're right. I feel like everyone talks this one up a lot. Like it's like a lot of people's favorite.
I think it's pretty boring. It's a pretty good record. It's definitely not going to crack my top 5 or 6. It's good. and I like it more than the Down by Law, so that's going to be my vote. The Down by Law is pretty good. I've never been a big Down by Law fan, so I'm not going to shit on that record too much. But Unknown Road is going to get the benefit of the matchup here, in my opinion. I think they're actually pretty close. So my personal feeling. So I'm gonna go with Pennywise.
All right, Dylan, what do you got to say here?
As much grief as I give Jimothy Lindbergh and Pennywise, I would pick any Pennywise record over any Down by Law record, including this matchup here.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go Down by Law. I think it's a better record. It honestly, to me, Down by Law is kind of like it's like Bracket in a lot of ways, where like it feels boring, but I feel like there's like a good vibe to it. Where Bracket also, like if someone told me Bracket was boring, like I'd understand, but like I don't think Bracket's boring. I think they have a good vibe. But I think it's the same thing with Down by Law for me. And I'm not saying they're exactly the same, John. John doesn't agree. But I think it's a similar situation of why I like them is the Bracket thing.
Yeah,
So.
I agree with the Mortal Coil. That's disrespectful. You better walk that back.
Bracket can write a chorus at least.
I mean, that's true. Bracket's better than Down by Law. I will say that. But yeah, I'll go Down by Law. I mean, look, the Pennywise record's fine. I think it's way overrated. I've seen this in people's top like #1 all the time. I don't get it. I think Unknown Road is just not
the
that
top
great.
50 pop punk albums of all time.
It was it's also in the top 50 pop punk albums.
I mean, I love Pennywise. This is the one that I go back to like never.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's my bad take, but
yeah, I skip it and I go self-titled to About Time all the time. All the time. But
About Time
John,
all the time.
John, what do you have to say about these two records?
Yeah, like for me, like almost exactly what Lewis said. I think this Pennywise record is super overrated. It's one of my least favorite in the whole discography. And I feel like the problem with Down by Law is the energy. Like the album just feels hollow, like kind of like the last one. Like even the production has there's no power to it. It just feels so flat. Yeah, and despite Unknown Road like not being my favorite, just like Lewis and Dylan said, I'm gonna vote for any Pennywise over any Down by Law. So it's gonna be Unknown Road.
All right, and Unknown Road goes ahead, and we'll go to the next. Oh, let me read some shots here. So
Yeah, we got some
Pennywise at 85%, Down by Law at 15%. So I'll keep the poll up while I read a few. Let's see here. Tim Kaiser says Down by Law is great. Dave Smalley is a legend.
Yeah.
Gier, I can't say your name, dude. Something Colho. Pennywise is way burger band than DBL, so a way burger band. Like Snipstring says, this is not the best Pennywise record. Good, but not great. Let's see here. Down by Law is a very boring band, says Cadetastic. Like Snipstring says, it is the poor production with DBL.
Yeah,
and
I'm telling you, yeah. If that had better production, it could sound obviously it could sound better, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If it sounded better, it would sound better.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you.
And Florida Punk Archivist says, this was the album where Jim sounded best. His vocal melodies are top notch on this album.
I said it. There's like some like 80s metal influence and some Alice in Chains influence in his vocals on here. It's all over the place.
Yeah, I was not a fan of it. I think he does better on the first record, honestly.
Once he stopped trying, it got better.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. We'll end the poll here. We'll go to the next matchup, which is going to be Dylan deciding, which is going to be SNFU. I think it's something green and leafy this way comes up against All Problematic.
What? All Problematic.
All.
One at top 3 all album, and I didn't hear what you said the other one was.
SNFU.
Okay, sorry, Canada.
Yeah, I would say this: SNFU has made its way up to the echelons of bands that I just don't get or like and kind of can't stand. And I hate to say that. They're up there with the Vandals and Real Big Fish at this point of just like, I don't get this.
Wow. Yeah.
It is annoying. It is dated.
Yeah.
It is goofy. I don't really like it, and the all record is pretty good. So I'm gonna go all problematic all the way. And John, what do you have to say about these two matchups?
Yeah, like they're saying, rest in peace, Mr. Chai Pig, but I don't really like SNFU either. And this is my favorite All album. So yeah, let's move on the All Boys.
All right, and Lewis, what do you have to say?
I'm with you guys 100% on this one. This SNFU record. That's fun to say. I'm sounding like Elliot tonight. That one, I mean, I don't get it either. It's one of those bands that I tried to get into when I was younger, and then it just never really clicked. I don't really get it, and especially like it's ups. It's not that good. So this problematic. I'm not the biggest All fan. I always pretend, but this is pretty awesome. I'll be honest. So we're going problematic very strongly.
Florida Punk Archivist. Who is the best band from St. Petersburg, and why is it Awkward Age?
All right, so what are the people saying? And Connor707 says, wow, listen to Painful Reminder. Not goofy at all. That is one I have marked as a decent song, but it also has like the Joni Mitchell tapes, which, dude, come on. Get real.
Actually, Wolfface is from St. Petersburg.
Kate Tastic says, the Vandals are a great band.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree. Florida Punk Archivist says, oh, go ahead, Lewis, sorry.
Well, no, I mean, there's someone saying it's a little disrespectful to compare. I agree. I don't want to call you out, but
You
saying,
call me out.
SNFU in the same combo as Real Big Fish is ridiculous. And then as the Vandals is also absurd. So I just wanted to defend those, but let's move on. Elliot, back to the comments.
All right, I probably like the Vandals better than Real Big Fish and SNFU. So, but let's see here. Like Snippering says, All Roy rules. A Florida Punk Archivist is problematic. Sounds like a bunch of leftovers from Mass Nerder, and that's not a bad thing at all. Immortal Coil says Lewis preaches. Murderholic says Lewis gets the Real Big Fish supports, and Cole, I can't read your name, dude. Says the Vandals are okay. There you go. A
Real
reasonable
Big
person.
Fish is a great band.
I think it's Guilherme.
It's Guilherme. How do you say the last name?
Guilherme.
Guilherme
Correio.
Guilherme Correia. I'm glad someone with Hispanic origin here is.
I speak Italian. I'm Italian, dude. I just made that shit up, and I think I'm right. Someone in the chat can confirm. So.
And
Nick
Bab
with
says,
the Real Big Fish blows.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Somebody with reason. No, I'm kidding. Who wins? And it's all at 78%, SNFU at 22%. So all moves on. And we'll move on to this next matchup, which is the Distillers self-titled up against Millencolin, Home from Home. And I will say this. I have never... this year, I have never listened to this Millencolin record up until this point.
Really?
Yeah, I never listened to it. I stopped at Penny Bridge. I thought Penny Bridge is okay, and I heard like random songs from later Millencolin, and I thought it all sounded pretty boring. I just want to say, I think I'm wrong. I think 2000s Millencolin is already better than mid 90s Millencolin. Fingers Crossed is like one of the best Millencolin songs I've like ever heard. It's actually a really good song, and I was pretty surprised. Home from Home is actually like a pretty good record, I think. All things considered. I mean, I spend way more time with this Distillers record, and I think this Distiller record like absolutely kicks ass. So I'm still going to go with the Distillers, but I do want to say the Millencolin record was pretty damn good. So I've never heard it, but it was pretty good.
That bridge and Fingers Crossed at the end, that's really good. This album rules.
Yeah, Fingers Crossed is like literally up there, like their top three. Also, Kemp is like a higher stream song. Like it's the most streamed song of the record. I thought that one was kind of boring. I was like, Fingers Crossed, like way better song than Kemp. But go ahead, John. What do you have to say?
You got to give later Pennywise a chance, though. It's really good. All right, John. Yeah, sorry.
You mean Millencolin?
Oh, yeah. What did I say?
You said Pennywise.
Later Pennywise is also good.
Later Pennywise, but not late. Yeah, mid-late Pennywise. All right, John.
So I texted Lewis or Elliot today, and I was like, "This Distillers record kind of kicks ass." Like I haven't ever listened to this one before. So this, I don't even know if I've seen this cover. It doesn't look familiar, but I really like this one. And this is not my favorite Millencolin record, but I do like Mattermouse, Fingers Crossed. I like Kemp. Battery Check, which is kind of like Penguins and Polar Bears 2.0, another good song. It's got Lewis's favorite Millencolin song, Punk Rock Rebel. He's always saying.
That song wasn't very good.
He's always singing
It's
that
the worst.
song.
Yeah, that was not good. There was some great
Terrible
songs on
song.
here, but that one is not very good.
Yeah, I was gonna curveball and go Distillers, but since you curveball and went Distillers, I'll go Millencolin.
I didn't curveball. I was going to go Distillers from the start. I was just giving Millencolin some praise. You should go Distillers.
No.
It's much better. Come on, dude. It's obviously better record. But go ahead, Lewis.
I don't know, man. This album is better than I was expecting. I mean, I for some reason I always thought apparently this record was not very good. I suppose.
No, it kicks ass. It's an awesome
I thought that was the case because all I remember was Sing Sing Death House, I guess, or whatever.
It was
So that the
Serena,
other one, like,
dude.
Coraline-
Red Carpet
Yeah.
with Ellie and LA Girl. It goes on.
I remember, like, dude. There's, it was when they came out. I was a big.
Ask the Angels.
I was a 20-year-old alpha. I didn't want no time for girl bands. I don't know, but no. This is a pretty record. I think to be picking this over Millencolin would be really disingenuous to my normal taste. So I love this Millencolin record. I love Millencolin way more than a Distiller. So I am going to go with Home from Home here.
All right. And Dylan, what do you have to say about these two bands?
I don't really care for the Distillers, and I think this is a.
Could have made it 50-50, John. No.
I mean, I don't really care for this Millencolin album or most of the mid-period Millencolin albums with the clip art on the album covers. Millencolin, I love Sweden. I'm moving there someday.
All right. All right. Go into Millencolin.
Was I not supposed to say that? You guys are surprised or something? What's going on?
Oh, you're good. I don't know. I think we don't have a poll going.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to do the poll. And you also, I don't feel like you dropped it like really quickly in a weird way. Where I was still registering what you said at the end. Oh, but let's see here. Who wins? We'll see what the chat's saying, and I'll talk to the people here. But I mean, Millencolin's going to move on because it's like 3-1. But what are the people saying? And Connor707 says "World Comes Tumbling Down" is one of the best Distillers songs. There's a ton of awesome songs on this record. I mean, it's a kick-ass record.
I was very surprised.
Yeah, Crash and Bleed said that Millencolin album could put me to sleep. So yeah, I will say this: it's like perfectly mediocre, but it's weirdly a positive.
It's comforting in its mediocrity.
That's what I think. Low key, I think it actually works in their favor. Kemp and Mouse More Than Man are awesome. Good call and fingers crossed too. Bible Dumb Podcast says this is a hard decision. Both albums are great, but Distiller wins for me, I think. Almost Punk Enough says Kemp is a banger. It's all right. Bobby Moore says the Distiller self-title is a straight banger. Florida Punk Archivist says reason to believe went under the radar because of it being released by MySpace Records, but it's a banger of an album.
I agree with
No,
that.
yeah, I agree with that one too. I was hating on, I don't know, the Fuse kind of sucks, I
The
guess
Fuse
I think
does
of,
suck.
but yeah.
Yeah, reason to believe, brother. You guys think Man or Mouse is a good song, man? The hook is literally yeah. That is garbage.
I like that song.
Yeah, it's okay.
I like the verses.
It's like Raise Your Voice, but worse.
Frank Ramirez says Brody kills that Millencolin record on vocals alone. I agree. And Bible Dumb Podcast says good point about the cover art. The cover art is very generic, yeah. I don't know. Millencolin really has like lacking, other than Penny Bridge, really lacks in the. I mean, Life on a Plate's pretty cool, but
Oh no,
really lacks in the
Machine
color.
Also my
15.
favorite.
Machine 15, their worst album has the best album art, I think.
Right.
That is not a good
We
album.
agree to
That is not a
disagree.
good album cover.
I like
That's
that
crazy.
album
Looks like
cover.
a Paisley
I
button
like
up
it.
bowling
I have
shirt.
never listened to Machine 15, so no hate on it because I've never listened to it. But the album cover is not
I
very
like
good.
it.
in my opinion.
And the one with the bear, Lewis's favorite.
True Brew, yeah, I
True
love
Brew,
that one,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that was all right. So
Let me look at this album cover. Keep going. You can
Moving
keep going,
on, we
yeah.
have Death by Stereo, the album title I don't remember,
well,
versus...
hold on 1 second. We got who wins. Distillers won in the chat at 52% and Millencolin at 48%. So it's 3-2. The chat barely decided with the Distillers. So, but yeah, we can move on to the next. We're in round 2 here. So I guess. Oh, John, are we starting with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
affected history, man. I should have done the split. I feel bad, but it is what it is.
I know, man.
What do we got here? Death by Stereo and Pulley. Yeah. It's Pulley all day long. The Death by Stereo was a nice story that they advanced. This is a decent record. Like I said, I like when it's heavy, but Pulley, one of my all-time favorite bands. So let's move them on.
All right, Lewis.
I'm giving my enthusiastic thumbs up to Elliot's favorite record, Self-Esteem Driven Engine.
It should be the name.
No,
Named after an Offspring song.
I know. I'm being funny, but this Death by Stereo record was pretty good. I never really heard that one. I got to be honest, and I liked it. And I'll probably listen to it again. But this Pulley record's a classic, so yeah, all day.
All right, Dylan, say words.
That's okay, because I got no self-esteem driven engine, but I do have one because I'm picking it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start the poll here, but yeah, it's going to be Pulley's Esteem-driven engine all day. So it's a much better record. I mean, I wish Death by Stereo got a more favorable matchup to see this one go ahead, because I think this is their best record, but I don't think it's going to top even like my second or third favorite Pulley record. So
Where's Death by Stereo from? They're from Europe? Or are they from
Russia?
I forget.
No, it's California. It's
California.
I'm pretty sure,
Are they?
yeah.
No, I swear to God, I thought they were foreign.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it's California.
Yeah, well, I was
All right.
just asking the goddamn
Yeah.
question. Jeez Louise.
all right, so what do we got here? Connor707 says, "What are better songs on the Death by Stereo album? What are the better songs on the Death by? I don't know. I didn't pick.
I don't know
it.
any of the
I got-
names. so-
Let me see here.
Hold on.
It's the Unstoppable. I think is a good one on there.
That's a
I'm pretty
Planet
positive.
Smashers song.
It's also by Death by Stereo.
Yeah, they covered it.
No, it's like the most generic name for a song ever.
So yeah, Unstoppable is really good. The Plague is good. Wasted Words. Yeah, I would stick with those three.
Yeah. Lake Snipstring says Pulley, moving along. Murderholic says Pulley is what I think of Pulley. Oh, Pulley. Like poo. Like you don't like them?
No.
Oh my gosh. Another hot take.
Man, that guy.
Blair McMagus says Pulley. Shout out to Jordan Burns. K Tastic says Pulley, Rancid, Pennywise, Millencolin. He's naming bands. Oh wait, they're on here. Okay, I guess it's his predictions for the end here. Almost Punk Enough says going with Death by Stereo, but it's close. All right. Well, let's go on. And Pulley is at 96%. Death by Stereo is at 4%. So no love for Death by Stereo. One person. But let's go
Almost
to the next
Punk
one.
Enough.
And Lewis, you're going to be doing the Dwarves Come Clean up against Rancid. So let's go. A lot of
Well,
debate to be had here.
a lot of debate. Unlike John, the world's biggest Dwarves fan, president of the Dwarves fan club, Northeastern chapter, I could never pick the Dwarves over Rancid Let's Go. It's not even close. So the Dwarves record is fine. I think the Dwarves are fine, but come on, man. It's Rancid Let's Go. So let's fucking go down to our friend Dylan to see what he has to say.
Dylan, let's fucking go! All right, Dylan.
I got one thing to say to our friend Mr. Blag the Ripper, and that's hit the bricks, buddy. You're out of here. Rancid's moving on.
All right. Yeah, it's Rancid. I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
a better.
God.
It's Rancid. Whatever. John, what do you have to say?
Even if I was gonna vote for the Dwarves, Dylan's little thing there would have swayed me. Honestly, that was amazing. But yeah, let's go.
That was pretty good. Immortal Coil, clip that out. Immortal Coil, resident clipper. So
Oh my
Make
God.
sure to repost it on Instagram and tag Blag the Ripper
It's
if he
yeah,
has his own Instagram.
oh man.
Dylan goes
Give me
Kenny
Let's see
Powers.
here.
Yeah, that's what reminds me of Kenny Powers that you're fucking out.
You're fucking ass. All right, let's read the chat here. Cade Tastic says, I gotta go. Bye, guys. See you, Cade Tastic. Guillermo, whatever. Down, DBS
You'll get it
vocalist.
eventually.
I'll never get it. DBS vocalist is the same dude from Voodoo Glow Skulls and Manic Hispanic. I think we talked about this last time.
From Voodoo Glow Skulls, yes, correct, of course. His
That,
main band.
that European band, Death by Stereo. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, the Russian punk rock group. Let's see here. Bobby Moore says, let's go. Blair McMacken says, I'd vote for the Dwarves, but let's go. And Murderholic says, let's fucking go. Gabe Hill says, the Dwarves are rock legends. Rancid is overrated. Danzig's cat says, his name is Dylan, and he's the lesser-known character.
That's funny.
Connor
comment.
says, Dwarves went on song titles, but Rancid on the songs. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we've got going on. And it's, oh my gosh. Dylan, you're starting us off here with Left Alone, Dead American Radio up against Pennywise, Unknown Road.
Oh, man.
Oh, and it's 88% Rancid, 12% the Dwarves in the chat. So.
Come on now. Nobody has to say a single fucking word here. We know it's Pennywise. You know it, I know it, your mom knows it, your dog knows it, your goldfish knows it.
Yeah,
it's Pennywise.
I agree, dude. I'll go Left Alone on this one. John, what do you have to say?
God. Yeah, I just heard it from my goldfish that it is Pennywise.
Lewis's cat knows it.
I hope you pick Pennywise. Oh, yeah, we will. Pennywise it is.
Okay. All right, so everyone went, all right, 3-1 Pennywise. Oh my gosh, let me get a poll going. Let's see what the people are saying.
Your cat has like biceps, man. He's looking jacked.
I think that's my hand holding his arm.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's constantly running away from Lewis because he cuts off his tail.
Repeatedly. He's like a lizard. It grows back and then he cuts it off again.
Let's see here. Murderhawk says, "Oh man, I don't know it because it's Left Alone." Like Stepstring says, Pennywise, no poll needed. Bobby Morris says Pennywise. Life Stepstring says, my pet Locust just told me it's Left Alone.
Oh boy.
Nothing to say here. I can't say this guy's name. I'm going to call you Gilly.
Gilly. I like that.
Yeah.
Gilly boy.
Gilly C. Nothing to say here. So yeah, Pennywise Unknown Road moves ahead, and in the chat, it's 79% Pennywise, 21% Left Alone. We're ending the poll, and we're going to the final matchup, which is going to be me, which is going to be all problematic up against Millencolin, Home from Home. You know what, dude? I'm going to go with the Millencolin record. I'm going to go with Home from Home. I'm going to go Fingers Crossed. If Fingers Crossed was better than anything, and also She Broke My Dick sucked. What the fuck was that?
That's a quality song.
That song blows.
I don't know what it does blow.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm Millencolin. It was perfectly generic, and I liked it. And the All record was, I don't know, man. I feel like All is a little generic as well, but
You're overrated. Oh my god.
they are overrated. I don't know. I know.
Cat said it. I didn't say it.
The cat
Generic.
said it. All right, John.
Fuck.
What do you have to say about these two? All versus Millencolin.
I think this is the only really hard matchup of the night. Honestly, this is pretty close.
I feel like the Distillers one was pretty tough too.
Yeah, I like Millencolin, the band, much more than I like All the band. There's a lot of... I may have to metagame a bit here. I don't think it's going to matter. But I think the All album is slightly better for me. So I'm going to go Problematic.
All right, Lewis, what do you have to say between these two? And Danzig's cat saying, "Let the chat decide."
I'd be fine with that.
That would be interesting.
Let's do that. Who voted what so far? Sorry.
I voted Millencolin. John voted All. Dylan, which way are you going?
Problematic is leagues ahead of this Millencolin record. www.sarah is on another plane of existence from any of this horse shit on this Millencolin album. Don't kid yourselves. And Elliot, you said All is generic. Tell me one other band that sounds anything like All.
Yeah.
And don't say the Descendants. I honestly don't think All and the Descendants really even sound that similar, to be honest.
I think they do. And also, the Descendants are way better.
All is a lot more pop oriented
Yeah, it's
than
boring.
the Descendants.
Yeah.
All right,
no
fucking
way.
well. I
All
need
right.
to vote Millencolin, right?
I mean, what would you vote for? It would be Millencolin, right?
It would be pretty close. I might have gone Problematic because I do like this record, but I'll let the chat decide because I'm undecided, I guess.
All right, and we're gonna start the poll. All versus Millencolin. The chat decides. Bomb. Play the Limp Bizkit music, John.
I do want to say, with regards to All being a generic band, I feel like of all the punk bands, you could put on an All or Descendants song, and like for to guess a song, and whether it's drums, bass, or guitar, like it's that band. Like I don't feel like there's any other band like that.
A generic probably is not the right word. I would just say musically uninteresting. So
I don't know.
Let's
man.
make it worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm being way too mean on them just because I wanted to be. It's
I
not
don't
that
particularly
bad.
like all either. I think it's pretty mid. I think it's mid as the kids
You
would say,
guys shit on
sorry.
Menzingers, so I'd shit on all for a little bit. It's not as bad as I'm doing here. I'm playing into it a little bit, but I still.
uninteresting.
They're like
Definitely.
one
Wow.
of the most talented, like musicianship wise, like probably like in the top 10 most talented punk bands of all time.
Well,
Best-
they should have played more interesting compositions.
one of the best drummers, top 3 drummer, crazy good guitar parts, awesome choruses. Give me a break.
That one I don't know about. I give you the rest. But let's see what the chat has to say.
All right, so the chat is going with look, the all record's not that bad. I'm mostly played into it. No, I'm not a
Backtracking.
huge all fan. I will backtrack, yeah, a little bit. So,
Feeling the heat.
I got the heat. I need to get out of this kitchen. Who wins? It is all at 67%. Millencolin at 33%. So all moves ahead.
Nice.
In the imaginary matchup, that there's no. I mean, it could happen. I guess. You think Pennybridge, Dylan, is on this level with Problematic? Or...
Yeah, I would say that's a much fairer comparison. This, I don't even remember the name of the album. This Millencolin album is not good.
Right.
And I'm a
just curious.
staunch
Oh.
defender of Millencolin from the likes of Finn McKenty or whatever that guy's name is. He said they're a shitty band. That's wrong.
Yeah, no, this Millencolin record is pretty good. The all record's good as well. But I do think I like Fingers Crossed more than any song on Problematic, personally. But let's see here. The 4 records we have here are Pulley, A Steam-Driven Engine, Rancid, Let Go, Pennywise, Unknown Road, and All Problematic have all moved on to the finals. And now, Almost Punk Enough wants to know, what tier list tonight? Well, I have made 2 special tier lists for John to fill out. That I've added text to the food so we can actually see what the fuck he's even ranking.
Yeah.
So I went out on my way to do this. So, you may hate my all takes, but thank me for the effort I put into the tier list.
We're gonna hold. Where are they? Where can I see them?
I sent them to you in direct message into Discord.
Is it possible to paste them in the YouTube chat?
I can do it.
All right. Because I'm screen sharing the Discord.
Yeah, hold on. I just put one into the chat. This is the first one.
Perfect.
So this is
There we
the typical American side dishes tier list. So these are the typical food that is going to go with your entree or main course. If you get a steak, they're going to ask you what you want with it. Do you want a soup? Do you want a salad? Do you want some bread?
Does that say boner?
It says boner. So let's
Peeking
see
over the-
here.
Why is it like
These yeah.
censored?
What?
Hold
What
on.
is going on?
What's censored?
Oh,
Nothing
never
is
mind.
censored.
It was like blocked out.
All right. So we can kind of see what's going on. We can kind of read these, right? For the most part, I'd
Yeah.
say.
I can see it.
I'll just
Okay.
let him pick his stuff.
Wait,
All right.
Ellie,
Dylan's blind.
You made this?
I
It's
made this
repeats.
entire thing.
Damn.
So this is the typical American side dishes. No, we did appetizers, and breadstick is not an appetizer. Breadsticks are a side dish. They come with your meal. You don't ever order fucking breadsticks as an appetizer.
bring them to
They
the
come on the
table.
side of the.
You
come on
get
the
them.
side of it.
You get them at the Olive Garden, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
we're getting
this is-
high tech here, guys. Okay, so
Authentic
breadsticks,
Italian
S tier,
cuisine.
butter rolls, cheese biscuits. We're going straight down the line. Garlic bread better not be
Yeah,
Okay.
A tier at least, John. Come on.
S tier garlic bread, dude. Grilled asparagus.
Oh, asparagus rules, dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude. Damn. Brussels sprouts and bacon, steamed broccoli and F. That's fine. Honey roasted carrots,
Yeah.
coleslaw F. That's
I
fair.
backed the coleslaw.
Oh, close.
I knew it. I
Coleslaw,
knew he was
man,
gonna.
dude.
I made a bet with my girl that he's gonna put mushrooms in F tier.
Yeah, I don't like mushrooms at all.
Honestly, dude, I think onion rings are. If mac and cheese is an S tier, I might unsubscribe.
Wow, mashed
All right.
potatoes.
Mashed potatoes in
OD.
C tier? What the heck?
LBC is good.
Oh my god, dude.
Baked sweet potato.
Wait,
yeah.
is breadstick the only S tier right now? That's crazy.
I love a good. There we go.
Not even mashed potatoes.
Salad.
Okay, house salad, dude. I predicted this. I told Immortal Coil house salad is going in that.
I love a good house salad.
Seafood bisque, dude.
Oh,
Seafood
John.
bisque in F tier. That is crazy. Grilled corn barely made the cut of F tier. Mac and cheese.
mac and
A.
cheese.
Okay.
Hey,
That's my list.
He threw every soup into F
Oh,
tier.
he's right.
seafood bisque is fucking good.
Delicious.
So is
Seafood
tomato.
bisque is like
so
one
is
of the-
tomato.
I love tomato soup too.
with a
so-
grilled cheese, dude. Almost fucking says, "All right, unsubscribing."
Yeah, I would too. We don't blame you.
The punk rock gross is
Because-
depending on the mashed potatoes. That's an S or a B. I mean, sure, there's shitty mashed potatoes, but come on, how often do you get bad mashed potatoes? Not that often.
Yeah.
Honey roasted carrots in B tier is like insane. That's like the worst side dish.
Oh,
I mean,
I
I like
like
carrots.
those. I like
I'd rather
honey
eat a
roasted
raw. I'd rather eat a raw carrot than a baked carrot.
This
Oh.
is crazy.
Candy
dude.
carrots are delicious, man.
I mean, I like honey roasted carrot. I do honey roasted carrots and beets all
I
the
like
time.
beets
so it's
also.
good.
All right, what's the
I
other
mean,
one?
just
Like these.
all right. So the next one I'm going to post in here. This one will be interesting. I didn't have time to put the words in front of them, but I know what every single one in is. If you need to know what it is, so here it is. This one is going to be the dips and spreads tier list. So I'll explain how it's organized as well, so you'll understand. All right, I posted it in the chat. So John just likes breadsticks, and he could probably just live off breadsticks.
I had
and house-
breadsticks yesterday, so they're like fresh in my mind as how delicious they are.
All right, so this
These
is,
ones are not labeled.
Yeah.
they're not labeled, but I know exactly what everything is. So there's three. I think there's three categories of this. First off, there is the cracker toppers, which are things that usually go on top of crackers. There are the dips, the thing you kind of dip chips into, and then there is the things you put on top of toast. You spread on top of toast. So first up, we've got the crackers with brie.
Oh, that's organized, man. Good job.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you. So
Friend-
brie is first.
I don't like brie.
Damn.
I like
All right,
cheese.
now we
but
got
yeah.
goat cheese.
This is
Where'd you
goat-
put goat cheese?
This is goat cheese? Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
down there.
Put cheese on a salad, dude. Think about it.
I don't
All
like
right, then we got
this.
pimento cheese. Follow.
Okay.
Also, all the cheeses. And then we got
Wow.
tapenade.
He's lactose
Egg.
intolerant.
We got tuna spread. And now we got buffalo blue cheese dip.
That's
These are the
good. Come on,
dips.
John.
We got crab dip. Damn. All
That cheap ass-
That is, I believe that is French onion. That is guac and hummus in F tier, John.
Oh boy.
Oh, nacho cheese in A over creamy ranch. That is insane. Salsa in F tier. This is the craziest one. Creamy spinach dip.
What is this one?
That is almond butter.
No,
And that's Bovril. Oh, that's Bovril. That is a beef paste popular in spread on toast, popular in England. So that's
Fuck
fair.
those colonial
Cookie
spots.
butter. I knew it. I predicted cookie butter S tier. Cream cheese S
What the
tier.
hell is cookie butter? I don't even know what that is.
It's super delicious. Oh, you put jelly. So we got regular butter. Regular butter S. All right. Nutella. A marshmallow fluff. All the sweets are just going straight to the top. I knew it. Peach jam isn't making it up
There we
there.
go. I feel good about this one.
That's crazy.
Vegemite in F is a true statement.
I
Sorry,
can't believe
Australia.
Vegemite's really on here.
Guac in F tier. Guac, hummus, and salsa in F tier is crazy, John. You don't like any of those? You don't like
No.
guacamole and chips?
No.
Yeah. I mean, pimento cheese is definitely greater than F tier. I'm not going to say it should be S, but it is certainly a B or C tier.
You know what's
Yeah.
good is hummus when it's like flavored. Have you ever had like chocolate hummus?
No.
It's
what
just
the
actually
fuck?
insane.
Really?
It's real. It's good.
Yeah. Immortal Coil says brie is S. I agree. Baked brie
It
is
is
delicious.
awesome.
Yeah. I ever had a grilled brie sandwich, dude. So get like a jam, like peach jam or apricot jam, and spread it on your toast and put the brie inside it and grill it. It's delicious. It's like an amazing sandwich. Almost Punk It Up says John might have redeemed himself with cookie butter. I mean, I knew John was gonna put cookie butter in
Oh,
this.
it's
If he had
delicious.
it. I mean, cookie
Have
butter
you
is
had it?
Oh, yeah.
orgasmic.
It's
It's
like
like-
tastes like Biscoff cookies. The
Yeah,
one-
it is
Oh,
very similar.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds really good.
It's
then. I love this
amazing.
stuff.
Oh, it's so good. Put it on like a waffle or something. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I
put it
don't
on
know
toast.
about you, but I've never seen Lay's branded dip before, and I'm a professional fat guy, so I don't
They're
know.
like in
I've
all
seen-
of. They're like
Yeah,
yeah, they're all over
grocery
the
stores.
place.
I've
yeah,
seen
they're all the grocery
Frito branded, but never Lay's.
Also,
branded.
you
it might be a regional thing, dude. They do that.
Did
like,
you
for
put
ramen and
creamy?
stuff, too.
Did you put ranch in A tier? Ranch is disgusting, dude. Ranch dip. I do not like
On
ranch.
Wait.
carrots.
Where's ranch dip?
No, he didn't.
You
That's
have it,
Philadelphia
you have
cream
it
cheese,
between
isn't it?
nacho cheese and
Oh.
fundalina.
Hold on. I thought that was like French onion dip.
Sour.
There we go.
One of them's French onion, one of them's ranch. Yeah,
Okay. No, then yeah, it's in the. I don't like ranch.
yeah,
Ranch
ranch
is good on
gross.
I don't like ranch.
No.
Blair McMacken says roasted red pepper hummus is awesome. I don't really like. I prefer blue cheese always.
Actually, ranch sometimes is good. I like it on.
What about, like shitty pizza?
Purpose built.
Wait. This is not. I like to dip like carrots and stuff in, or
Yes.
or chicken bacon ranch. I'll eat it, but like as a. You said for crackers and bread.
I mean, it's just general usage. I mean, it's fine. I mean, usually no, it's for usually chips. People are dipping
Where
chips.
then,
where's
uh,
honey mustard?
I've never.
that a condiment?
But you
ranch
can
dip
you
in
can
this
dip
stuff.
vegetables as well. Obviously, you can dip veggies in it. Whatever you want to dip in it.
It's just
So.
the staple for our crudité out there. So,
Yeah.
John,
Honestly-
I think you should put it higher. But
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm still blown away by the combo of guac, hummus, and salsa being an F tier. That's
To me,
kinda
like
crazy.
hummus looks like
thing.
somebody like ate crackers and just spit them out into like I don't know. I just can't get around the texture.
That's like a 5-year-old take.
Iba the Panda says John pours sprinkles on his pizza and dips it in chocolate milk.
That is severely culturally insensitive to say that about hummus.
Man, I love
Oh.
this. So
Cancel
good.
this man.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll make up some more ones. We'll do some fast food, and we got to do the Halloween candy one as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Oh, I already did that one.
yeah, but we need John to do it.
Hot take right here. The best candy bar on earth, chocolate covered paydays, are the best candy bar.
Isn't that just a Snickers? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
it's
dude,
like
chocolate-
what, peanuts and caramel, right? That's all paydays
it's
are.
unreal. It is the best.
Better than Milky Way or
Better
Three
than
Musketeers.
Milky Way.
I mean, Three
Chocolate covered
Musketeers, like the
paydays.
most mid candy bar.
I thought he was going to be like, it's a Heath bar. I love toffee, and then that was going to be the end of the episode.
I did-
Chocolate covered prunes.
I mean, I like a
Oh,
Heath bar
God.
too, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I never had the chocolate payday before, John. It's,
It's
good.
they only sell it at like random gas stations, so like you know it's
Well, I used to
good.
like chocodiles, so I assume anything chocolate covers good. So why not?
Yeah, but let's wrap this up. I gotta pee so bad.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's all pee together. All right, guys. We're going to do a little community pee break, and we'll be back next Wednesday. All right?
Later.
It's a long
peace
pee
out,
break.
dudes.
Thanks.